I don't know about you, but I cannot live my life eating 1,500 calories every day. Can't do it. I feel like I'm definitely gonna have to instantly poop.
On my face.
I'm recording this video today because I really want to talk about what's been changing for me over the past few months, because I really feel like I'm about to hit a awesome realization, kind of fitness epiphany, if you will. I think I'm finally to the point where I'm going to say, fuck what I look like, fuck what I feel like I need to look like, and bring on the food and the good energy and the freaking love, dude. So I just kind of want to talk about how my fitness journey has gone so far. I actually started with a weightlifting class in high school, and I found that I could lift more weight than most of the dudes in my class, and I absolutely just fucking fell in love with it. Like, I loved everything about it. But I was only able to take that class for a year, so I ended up getting my own gym membership, and gosh, I just was sucked in. I started dating this guy, and we both just like got so happy, like cooking our meals and like making gains and just like meathead lifestyle. Like, we literally loved it so much. And I actually met Austin, and he introduced me to my first coach, and she was really cool. She was a cool person, and I really liked her, but I definitely feel like her tactic was a little bit old school. She was kind of the coach who thought less is more. The less you eat, the more weight you'll lose. The more you work, the less you eat, the more weight you'll lose. Kind of that really unhealthy style. I mean, it makes sense to a point, but if you're trying to be sustainable, that's probably the worst way to go. But I was an athlete, and I was actually prepping for a bodybuilding competition, so even though I knew the way that she was taking me wasn't proper, I was like, I'm an athlete, y'all. Like, I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna be different from the general population. While that's true, it's not really to the extent that I thought it was. So I started going to school, and once again, I was learning all this stuff, like rest days are super important. You need to count your macros, count your calories. Like, it's all calories in versus calories out. And my coach never figured out what macros were for me, or like calories. Like, she just basically gave me a menu that she gave all of her competition prep clients, like the same menu, same like break down. She'd take all of our calories away at the same time. Like, we'd literally be doing the same exact program. Not that I'm completely hating on her or her tactics, because she really did have a lot of super successful competitors. Like, I placed first in my first show. I placed fifth in my second show. I placed first in my third show. And then I actually didn't end up placing in my fourth show, but that's also the show that I like fired her and like didn't even finish the show because I couldn't handle it. But we'll circle back to that in a second. Pretty much I dove in and I really loved it. I loved looking lean. I loved how I felt. I loved the attention that I was getting because of how lean I was and just how my body was changing so fast. I did 4 shows total, and I was in the bikini class, and by my 4th show I had done all the exercise science classes. I had started looking into being a coach myself. So when I finally realized that her process wasn't where I wanted to be, I started asking questions. I'd be like, well, this girl over here is eating like 300 grams of carbs for peak week and I'm at 0. How does that make sense? And you know, she would just kind of say like, oh, you're different. Like, I don't know, how good does she look? And it just kind of like totally beating around the bush and not really answering my question. I was pretty much already surpassing the things that she did, like almost as if like I was more about the scientific knowledge and she was more about just results. Which is fine because, as I said, she did have some successful competitors. So my 4th show came and no joke, I was eating 800 calories for the whole last month of prep. And you guys, I felt horrible. Like, absolutely horrible. I couldn't even... It got to the point where I was like, dude, I feel so bad. What is the point of all this? Why am I here? Why did I buy this stupid fucking $500 suit? Why am I tan? Why am I here? I just want some food. That's when it really hit me. I wasn't doing it for the love of competition prep. I was doing it for the attention, the looks, the validation, everything that came with competition prep I was looking for, except for the fact that the process sucked and I hated it. I actually have a video on this whole situation called I Didn't Go to Finals, if you scroll down on my channel, and that like pretty much elaborates on the whole thing. I will admit though, I was a little bit salty in the video towards my old coach. While I do understand my frustration, the coach you hire is 100% your job. Like, if you hired a coach, it's your job to ask them questions and fire them if it's not what you want it to be, because I was ultimately too scared to fire her earlier or ask more questions or whatever. I just didn't have the experience, so shouldn't have been salty because ultimately that was my fault. If you want to go check that out, go ahead, because I don't really want to get into full detail about it. She wasn't taking me through the process that I knew was the healthiest and I didn't like it, so I fired her and I stopped doing shows. I pretty much just jumped into a life of pure freedom. She never taught me how to reverse diet. She never taught me like post-show routine or steps or how to like maintain your physique without gaining all this fat. So pretty much after every show, I gained like 20 to 30 pounds. But this specific show, I gained 35 pounds. I was 110 on stage and then I shot up to 145 at one point. I'm down now back to like 135 to 140, but that was the most weight I've gained and it truly just plummeted me into depression and honestly just hating myself so much. The past year and a half of my life have truly been the like most eye-opening and like honestly sad years of my life, but I truly have learned so much and grown so much. So not that I regret having this year and a half, but I do regret starting my fitness journey in competition prep because it's all about how you look. It's literally a physique competition. Like, you are supposed to be perfect in every aspect of the word, and I would just never recommend anybody starting there. It breaks my heart to see how many people start there and end up where I'm at or worse. So from January of this year, I really wanted to lose some fat. Like, I gained 35 pounds in like 4 or 5 months and it sucked. So by January, I was like, dude, I need to fucking cut some weight. I want to say probably January to about August, I was trying my fucking hardest to stay in a deficit. And I just can't adhere to it. I can't live my life in a deficit. I can't do it. I have always had such a big appetite. I have always loved eating. I've always wanted to eat a lot. Like, I was never one of those girls who could never finish her plate. Like, I would always eat more than everybody I was with. I've always eaten more than my boyfriends. Like, I can tank food down. I can't live that way. I cannot live in a deficit. With that realization hitting me in the face, it really changed everything that I was doing. It changed my whole entire goal. He is literally 100% leaning on me right now. Hey. 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 So it 100% changed my goal. Like 10 out of 10. I realized that if I'm not gonna lose weight, I'm 100% gonna stop focusing on it. Because if I can't adhere to the deficit, there's no other way I'm gonna lose weight. So my new goal is to reverse diet, to hopefully make some adaptations happen, increasing my lean body mass and decreasing my fat mass just through really hard training, good eating, and consistent numbers, and a consistent plan in general. So the way that I'm actually gonna do this to make it 100% super easy for me is increase by 100 calories every 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how I'm feeling. And I really want to get up to around like 2,500, 2,600 because I've been eating around 2,000 on average. So I'm going to stay right at 2,000. I've set my calories in my FitnessPal to 2,000 and set my macros, and I'll be tracking religiously until I complete this reverse diet all out. The second thing I've done is I've completely changed my training. I have been a bodybuilder for the past 6 years. I have done bodybuilding splits for the past 6 years. I have worked on only 1 or 2 body parts for the past 6 years, and let me tell you, I'm fucking bored. I cannot get myself to go into the gym and do 4 sets of 12 for anything. No, like, I don't care if you incorporate fun like drop sets or negative sets or what have you, but I can't do it, y'all. Why do my dogs always move my camera? Like, every video, they just have to screw me up, Diesel. Just kidding, you're so fucking cute. What me and my boyfriend Austin have began doing is CrossFit workouts and workout of the days. So eventually we want to join a CrossFit gym, but we're a little scared, I'll be honest with you. We don't know, or he does, but I don't know how to properly power clean or do like a couple of the other movements. So we've been actually just taking workout of the days from a couple of the CrossFit gyms in our area because they post them on their website, and we take them and go to the gym with them, and once we feel ready to actually join the class, we're going to be doing that and like making that our thing from now on. The one reason I chose CrossFit is because it's just different, dude. It is so different. Like, these workouts are so tethered to like every single movement. Like, dude, functional training is something different, and I wish I dove into it years ago because this is truly the type of stuff that I love doing. Like, jumping around, sweating, getting my heart rate up, hitting my VO2 max, hitting my lactate threshold, literally feeling like I'm going to die. That's what I like. When I'm eating good food, drinking some good water, and I don't feel like I'm dying, these workouts are insane, you guys. I don't want to sit here and tell you to like not focus on losing weight. If you have been told that you need to lose weight for your health, you're obese or overweight, the best thing you can do is drop your body fat percentage. If that's something that you're experiencing right now, I would 10 out of 10 recommend getting a coach and sticking to your fat loss routine, because our bodies aren't meant to function like that, and you need to get that body fat percentage down. So of course, if you are in that category, this isn't going to apply to you, but if you have been struggling, consistent failed fat loss literally makes you feel so horrible about yourself. If you are constantly trying to eat less than 1,500 calories and you're constantly feeling like shit and you're constantly hitting a wall because you can never get past that point, you need to change something. Why are you continuing to do something that isn't working for you? If it's taken you this long already, why not just slow the process down and actually make progress instead of just trying to chop your whole life in half, restricting everything that you used to know, and then trying to make that sustainable and adhere to that for a long period of time. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen, and I'm here to tell you that. If you've been trying something and it isn't working, change it. I hope you were able to at least kind of pay attention to me and not just looking at my cute ass dog. This is Odie for everyone who hasn't met him yet. He's a little baby, little mama's boy. He's a 5-year-old Shar-Pei mixed with a pit bull. And he's the squishiest, cutest little thing. Yes, he is. I love his extra skin. And this is my 7-year-old red nose. His name's Diesel, and he's just the sweetest angel in the whole world. Aren't you, my big boy? Oh, I'm sorry. Am I bothering you? No, you give me kisses? Give me kisses? Eating a piece, oh my god, I just poked myself in the eye with that. I am eating a piece of string cheese while my food cooks. Next meal is pasta with broccoli and mushrooms, and then a little bit of tomato alfredo to top it all off. So pumped to eat this. It is 2:40 and I'm about to have my third meal. I haven't been very hungry today, which is super weird because the past like 4 days I've been like ravenous. Maybe it's because I worked it in the morning rather than like midday. I don't know. But I'm just gonna make a couple vegan sausages for right now. And then if I'm still hungry, I'm gonna eat some more after that. Here's meal number 3. I've got 2 sausage patties and then a side of potatoes. And these are actually just a medley of potatoes chopped up into small pieces. I microwave them first for 2 minutes and then I put them on the skillet with some butter and garlic salt. And I just got a little squirt of ketchup right there for my sausage. Football night, pizza night. Yeah, can't even see you.
I'm just trying to catch
Going to get some pizza. So we have secured the goods. Hungry Howie's is the place.
It's going to be a strip sack of some kind. He's fortunate that an incompletion was all it was.
Okay, so for dessert, we're gonna have a couple donuts. Austin obviously couldn't help himself on that maple, but we gonna have a raspberry Bismarck, what was this one? The custard Bismarck, yeah. And then a little maple.
Hard, white ornaments and little choo-choo trains.
Good morning. So I actually just wanted to go over my total calories and macros with you guys. Calories were 2,057, and then my protein was 129 grams, carbohydrates were 248 grams, and fat was 57 grams. So even with my pizza and even with my donuts, it wasn't even that crazy yesterday. I only had like 2.5 slices of pizza, and then the wings were literally fucking disgusting, so I only had like half of one, like one bite, and then I spat it out, so yeah. So before I end this video, I just want to real quickly kind of go over what my expectations and plans for these next few months are going to be, because we all know that there's literally no losing fat if you're not in a deficit. So when I say that I can't adhere to a deficit, I just mean I can't adhere to a nutritional deficit. I just can't drop my calories. For whatever reason, I need to be having about 2,000 calories a day, and that's where I feel good and that's where I want to be. Instead of actually taking my maintenance calories, the calories that I'm currently eating to maintain where I'm at, instead of dropping those, all I'm going to do is increase my physical activity, which is in turn going to increase my calories burned, putting me into a tiny little deficit. Right now I'm eating about 2,000 calories, 2,000 to 2,100 every day. That tells me I'm burning 2,000 to 2,100 about every day. As my activity levels increase, I might start burning 2,300 or 2,400 every day, which is in turn going to put me in a 200 or 300 calorie deficit, leading to some fat loss. It's really all about trial and error and finding what's gonna work for you. If your friend can cut 500 calories off of her diet and stick with it, kick ass, dude. Good for her, like seriously. But if you can't, there's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't mean you're a loser. Doesn't mean you're weird. Doesn't mean anything. It just means you're different and you just need a different technique, and that is totally okay. Keep trying and keep finding new things, because I promise you there is something out there that'll work for you. And if you need some help, hire yourself a coach. Hit me up. Check out my Instagram. Check out my other videos. Just leave me a comment and I'll send you my email. So I'll definitely be checking in periodically with this process, letting you know how things are going and what I am experiencing in the process. I'm super excited and I'm really hoping that this is going to be what I need to get to the physique that I'm looking for, that I feel the most confident and comfortable in, and really the body and the physique that I feel like best suits me and who I want to be. If you like this video, make sure you click like and subscribe if you want to see some more that I've got coming for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.